Welcome to the John Show. My name is John. This is my show. Today, I'm going to be throwing at you a little channel update. I've got some notes, some things that I wanted to share with you, and yeah, let's begin. I'm going to try to do as little editing as possible because I hate, and I'm going to do it now, the sort of back headroom effect where as somebody's talking to you, then all of a sudden their head's over here, and then all of a sudden their head's over here. They're here, and then they're here, and then they're here, and they're here, and it's annoying as fuck. As fuck. So I'm going to try to not do that. But this is like my 6th take, I think. So let's get into it. Channel update. First off, I've recently hit 26 subscribers. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all of you that have taken the time out of your day to watch my silly videos and listen to my silly voices. So thank you. One of my very early channel goals was to get to 25 subscribers. I kind of hopped back and forth when I got to like 23, then I'd get to 25, then drop down to 24, get up to 26, drop back down to 23. So here I am at 26 subscribers and holding. So I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I was going to share with you guys what YouTube sent me. Because when you hit certain subscriber goals, you get like when you get really high up there, they send you the silver plaque and the gold plaque and the platinum plaque with the play button on it. I didn't know, but at 25 subscribers, they send you a little gift, and I was going to bring it out here, but it was just a paper bag with wet dog shit in it, and it got kind of gross in the mail on the way here, so I had to throw it out. But thank you, YouTube, for sending me my 25 subscriber play button on the wet paper bag of dog shit. I do appreciate that as well. 25 subscribers, 26 of y'all, so thank you again. Thank you. One of my other early channel goals was to get to 10 episodes, just commit to getting 10 episodes out, and here I am at 22 episodes and counting. So thank you again for listening to my silly voices and watching me play a game that I really love. So that being said, I would like to say that I'm doing seasons now. I love Morrowind, and I love the Morrowind episodes with Old Three Pumps. But there's other games that I want to play. Morrowind is a very long game. It's like, I think, almost 200 hours of gameplay if you just play it all the way through. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that. There are some other games that I've recently come across that I can play on my Mac, which is, how I've been recording Morrowind. Using Open Morrowind, OpenMW. If you are a Morrowind enjoyer and would like a more stable version, I shouldn't say more stable because I have never played it on PC. I started playing Morrowind on Xbox. We'll also get to that later. But Open Morrowind has been really good for me so far. It's allowed me to do 22 episodes, and I'm gonna be doing a lot more. But we're doing seasons now, so I'm probably going to take a month or two off from the Morrowind episodes to focus on a couple other games specifically, and then trying to work in some other games in like longer plays, and still trying to get some footage for like Fallout shorts, and I think I'm going to start having some Skyrim shorts coming up soon as well. The two games that I'm going to be playing soon. First one, off the top, is Stardew Valley. It's not a new game, but I recently found it, that I can play it on my Mac, and I love the shit out of this game. I really do. So we're going to play some Stardew Valley, y'all. Probably we're going to do week by week uploads. So like, every upload will be a week in game, and or maybe a season. I'm not sure yet. But Stardew Valley is coming, and then on top of that, I will also be playing through Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. I got it on Mac, and it's wonky to play on computer with a mouse, but I've been practicing, so we'll see how it goes. Knights of the Old Republic, and that will be a role-playing game, but it will be not in the same vein as Old Three Pumps. Old Three Pumps is a character, and in a game where there's really no voiced NPCs whatsoever, I figured we'd have some fun with Old Three Pumps. Knights of the Old Republic, on the other hand, has voiced NPCs, so there's less necessity for me to be creative on that front. One of the reasons why I want to take a break from Old Three Pumps is I really think I was doing it wrong. I work a full-time job outside of YouTube land. So when I'm not inside the internet, I'm at my job. So I would get some time to record, and I would record like for an hour, hour and a half, and then the next day I would edit it all down to, 25, 30 minutes of video, and then upload it. And that was basically, what I did on my days off, was Old Three Pump stuff. There's no script. It's all just improv as I'm playing. I'm playing the game in character. If you watch the raw footage, anytime something happens, even if I get up to go take a leak, I got to go to take a piss. I'll be right back. So I would be in character the whole time. And I think I'm doing it wrong. So, take a sippy sip. This is not sponsored, by the way, but this Bang Wild and Watermelon is pretty fucking bomb. I will probably be editing that out as well. The new Old Three Pump schedule. I'm going to record in longer stretches for it to be a more cohesive story. The last few episodes of season 1 were done that way, and I think that at least when I was sitting down editing everything, I think that made the story make more sense to me in what I was doing. So I'm going to be recording in longer stretches and then editing those down into 5 or 6 episodes, and then as I'm loading those up every week, I will be playing again in longer stretches and doing more editing, which I hate. I hate editing. Anyways, so that will be the plan with Old Three Pumps moving forward. So in a couple months, we'll start up season 2, and I'll do 22, 24 episodes, and then we'll move on to season 3, and which may not have as long a hiatus. The hiatus will be where I'm going to be doing other shorter games, but again, most of that will just be recording and then uploading in longer stretches than the record on a Wednesday, edit on a Thursday, and upload it. Future plans for the channel, the aforementioned games, Stardew Valley and Knights of the Old Republic. I will be doing like a Stardew Valley playthrough where we will just be, we'll go run through a week, or we'll run through a season. That'll be an episode. And then that will be an ongoing thing, because I don't know if you can actually beat Stardew Valley. I've been playing Stardew Valley for like less than a month, y'all. So, but I have seen some other YouTubers do Stardew Valley challenges and things like that. And I think that would be fun also. And I will definitely give credit where credit is due, because I'm not good at challenges. I'm not good at coming up with a weirdo way to play a game. I usually just break them. So that'll be a story time for another day. And then Knights of the Old Republic. We're going to get into that. I really enjoy the Knights of the Old Republic games when I played them on my console. So we're going to check them out on the Mac and see what happens. Also, I'm going to be getting one of those, what is it, the Elgato 60S Plus squared, something like that. Because I have a Mac M1, Apple Silicon chip, I gotta go through hoops in order to be able to record console footage. I am mainly a console gamer. So until I can get that, which is not expensive, but it's not something that's been in my budget until recently, is going to be the aforementioned games. And then probably I might actually start reviewing some of the other games that I have not downloaded for my Mac because they're whack. So we might be doing whack games for Mac. And then some other videos where maybe not gameplay videos. I might use gameplay footage in the background, just so you don't have to look at me the whole time. Or maybe you can look at me. Maybe, this ain't bad. Anyways, we're gonna do some game talks. Just talking about video games or old arcade stories. I grew up in an arcade. I live in Seattle, and growing up in Seattle, there were only a couple of arcades worth a damn. There was Ivory's in downtown Seattle, and then the north end of Seattle where I live, we had Funplex. Funplex was my shit. Like I said, I grew up in there. I spent so much of my early life in the arcade, losing my money, playing games. It's incredible. And then, as I got older, we got a GameWorks, the first GameWorks in the world in Seattle. And I went to go work for GameWorks. And I got some stories, y'all. I got some stories. I don't even know. I got to talk to my legal team, because some of these stories I may not be able to tell you. I don't want to be sued for libel or anything like that. So, but yeah, arcade stories, video game talks. We're going to talk about my history in gaming, not the history of gaming. But I've been there since the Atari 2600, okay? I played E.T. I was 4. It wasn't bad, from what I remember, but it certainly, was a shit game. But I didn't know any better. I was 4. But yeah, that's all, again, a story for another day. There will also be some non-video game videos coming up, because I started this channel with the full intention of there being a podcast that was the main goal of the channel. But the channel, the gaming part, was easier to produce initially. So it's just to get it going, to force myself to do it. But the non-gaming stuff, I want to do some, fun science videos, getting some really cool... I know I probably don't look it, but I'm a huge nerd, and I really enjoy some of the amazing things about science and the new discoveries we're getting all the time. So we're going to have some fun with science, y'all. Also, again, because I am a huge nerd, I love Marvel movies. I love DC Comics. The DC films, y'all. We'll get into that. We'll do reviews, we'll do speculations, rumors, we'll cover all that stuff. There may not be cool graphics. This is just, old three pumps in the background. I'm new to this shit, y'all. I don't know about like fair use and all that stuff. The music that you hear in this, that's me. I make it on my Mac. The footage, that's me. So yeah, it's probably just gonna be my face or video game footage with me talking. And then another idea for video series that I want to do, it's gonna be the elevator pitch. If you don't know what an elevator pitch is, if you were the UPS guy and you went into some Hollywood studio and you jump in the elevator to take a package up to the 7th floor, and as you get in, James Cameron gets in the elevator with you. You hit 7, he hits 8. You've got him for 7 floors. Or however many floors. Maybe you're going up to the 15th floor and he's going up to the 26th floor. You've got him to the 26th floor to pitch him your movie. That's what the elevator pitch is going to be. I'm going to pitch movies to y'all. Some of y'all may be or may know Hollywood producers. Hook a brother up. And also this way I own it and there's proof. The reason why I want proof is when I was a kid, I had ideas stolen from me. Ideas that maybe took years to come out. And also, I understand how paranoid that makes me sound. That's fine. I'm sure that the true answer is great minds think alike. But, nah, man. Some of them ideas was fucking stolen. Okay? But that's what the elevator pitch is going to be. For my own peace of mind, I'm going to put on video cool ideas I have. Now, some of them might be original. Some of them might be just, hey, if I was gonna reboot, let's say, Friday the 13th, which is an awesome movie series, and we need more Jason in our lives. How would I reboot it? That's my elevator pitch. So that's coming also. And then, all of that is mere prelude. Eventually, the podcast will come out. Tentatively titled The John Show with Bo. Bo is one of my best friends. I've grown up with him. We've known each other since we were children. Bo's a very smart guy. He's funny. He's well read. He reads books that don't have pictures in them. So, he is a very good counterpoint to my point. So I think that would be an interesting take to have somebody else tell me I'm wrong. So the John Show with Bo is coming down the road here. This leads me towards the end here of this video. And we're going to end this video with frequently asked questions. These are not questions from comments or from, some of them are from viewers, but they're mostly from friends of mine or my children, and wondering, what's going on there. So that's what this is. Question number 1: what's up with that stupid voice? The character of Old Three Pumps is not doing any particular accent. It is really just a weird voice that I did to entertain my children. With stuffed animals. One of the animals might talk like this, and then the other one talks like this. There is sort of a breakdown for how I came up with the specific pronunciation of words and how I decided he was going to speak grammatically? I think that might be the right word. how I was gonna, like the manner in which he was gonna speak. There was a progression of decisions made, but overall, Old Three Pumps is just a weird, silly voice that I've been doing probably since I was a child. Um, so that's what's up with the stupid voice. Question number 2. Why Morrowind? It's a 20-year-old game with barely any spoken dialogue, very robotic motions. I'm not modding it because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing on my computer. So, shitty 2002 graphics. Why? Why Morrowind? Because I fucking love that game. Okay? Morrowind is badass. When I used to try to explain Morrowind to people in like the early 2000s, I would tell them if Morrowind is like if Legend of Zelda grew up and its balls dropped. That's Morrowind. When I was younger, there was a game called Phazanadu on the NES. That was a very early attempt, I think, at a game kind of like what Morrowind is. It's a role-playing game. It's definitely, you can feel the D&D tabletop, pen and paper vibe. But at the same time, that was my introduction to the Bethesda world. Tamriel, Nirn, Morrowind was my foot into Bethesda's Elder Scrolls world. And when I first played the game, I rented it from Blockbuster. There's another story behind that, so remind me one of these days and I'll tell you. Morrowind, when I rented it, had no instructions. I had no idea what I was doing, and I spent that weekend just figuring it out. I think the first day I sat down to play the game, I played for 12 hours straight and didn't even realize I had been playing for that long. I sat on the floor in one spot for 12 hours. That's how good of a game it is. And I didn't know how to play it. And I probably didn't get very far in that first 12 hours. I almost got stabbed over that. That's another story you have to remind me about. I love Morrowind. I first played Morrowind on the Xbox. The OG Xbox with the big ass Duke controller that was like that big. Yeah, that was my first experience. No console commands. No mods. Just vanilla Morrowind in 3x4 square, shitty UI, all in all its glory, and I loved it. I fucking loved it. And that's why Morrowind. Question number 3. Why do I have a Mac trying to be a YouTube gamer channel? Well, I own the Mac because I also do music production. And I began using Apple software and recording with Apple gear, Apple computers and keyboards and interface, and I grew to really enjoy it. So it didn't start out as a gaming computer for me. It is now, because I'm too cheap to go out and buy another computer just for video games. I have an Xbox One, and if I can't play it on there, I can play it on there. But I can't record on there after record on there. So therein lies the problem. Like I said, I've been playing video games since the Atari 2600. So I have a very... And again, growing up basically in an arcade, I have a face-to-face relationship, not just with the console or the cabinet, but with the person next to me, playing along with me or against me. So I never cared about playing on a computer because usually If I'm playing on a computer, it was a game you played by yourself, or some MMORPG, and I don't play well with others. So, I mean, I do to an extent, but usually it's in the Street Fighter, Tekken, race car game realm where I don't have to be nice. So yeah, that's why I am recording on a Mac. That's why Morrowind is on Mac. That's why Stardew Valley and KOTOR will be on Mac. And going forward, everything else will be on there until I can get that shit for that thing. I got YouTube on my Xbox too, so that's why I keep pointing at my TV. Question number 4. Am I a Bethesda shill? Every video on my channel is a Bethesda game or Bethesda derivative. Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3 from the Fallout shorts. Morrowind is a Bethesda game. I will be doing Skyrim shorts shortly. That's a Bethesda game. Yes and no. I think Bethesda creates great worlds. I enjoy what they've done with Fallout, even though I've never played Fallout 1 or 2. I love Fallout 3. I love New Vegas. I am warming up to 4. I didn't like it the first time I played it, but I am warming up to it. And if I could be completely honest, I hate Oblivion. Oblivion can suck my balls. I fucking hate it. Eventually, I might play Oblivion for the channel, but know that I'm doing it under duress. Will I be playing any new games? No. I have always been behind the times on updating my consoles. And since there's nothing really new that can be played on Mac, I probably won't be playing anything new on my computer either. Not to mention the fact that on my Xbox, I have a ton of games that I want to do for the channel. Most of them are, the Xbox One generation or earlier. I have Final Fantasy VII, a game I have never played. Never. I do not like turn-based games. Not at all. But I'm willing to try it. I also have some games, Shadowgate, Deja Vu, and Uninvited, which are kind of point-and-click adventure games that I played on the Nintendo. That's another one that I got on there that I want to do for the channel. Again, these are shorter games. They probably are only a couple hours to play through them. Maybe a few hours, but they're not long, drawn-out, protracted, role-playing adventures. So that's on there. What else? Probably some fighting game stuff. I got Virtua Fighter 5. I've got Tekken 7, I believe. I got both Injustice games. So, we'll do some fighting game stuff. Maybe some racing games. Of course, I have GTA 5. I got Minecraft. So, maybe we'll get some challenges. I'll look up some challenge videos and see what's going on out there in the challenge sphere. But no, probably no new games. Not for a while, at least. Question number 6. How long can I go with old 3 pumps? Well, like I said, there's like almost 200 hours of gameplay. If you do everything in Morrowind, both DLCs, I'm probably missing other like little one-off downloadable, off of demos and stuff like that. For those of you that may be too young, there was a time when you could go buy like an Xbox magazine and you'd get a demo disc and it might have 3 or 4 games on there where you'd get the demonstration level. And sometimes those discs would also have like a exclusive downloadable content for such and such a game. So when you run that disc through, you could click on a button and it would add those to your save files. So, like, I do remember there was one for Morrowind where you could get some kind of wizard robe and a sword, and they added a dungeon on some little island in, like, the Sheograd region or something like that, or Azura's coast. And they had other things like that too. So, but yeah, Old Three Pumps is going to be a very long going series, which I think again leads to seasons and an off season. Question number 7. Am I going to do other voices? Probably. I probably will. I'm not a great impressionist. Impersonator? I don't do a whole lot of voices well. The ones that I do well are people that you don't know. They're like people that I know. And I don't know if I should tell this story. I'm going to. I may edit this out. If I don't, here's a free one. Many years ago, I managed a Subway. I would prefer to say that than worked at Subway because managed sounds way better. And the guy that owned the Subway that I managed, we'll just call him, we'll call him Jeff. Okay? That's not his name. We'll call him Jeff. And Jeff had a very particular voice. Jeff sounded like he smoked 10 packs of cigarettes a day and was always out of breath. So, Jeff kind of sounded like this. And, he'd call the store and he'd be, hey, how's it going? It's me, Jeff. And, well, what are sales at? Yeah? All right. Do you guys need me to come down and bring you any party bread or anything like that? No. I noticed you guys were low on cups the other day. How are you guys doing? You good? Yeah, okay. I'll talk to you guys later. That was Jeff. So, in my current job, working retail, I was speaking with a customer, and they mentioned being owners for Subway. And I was like, hey, do you know a guy named Jeff so-and-so? He owns a bunch of Subways in Seattle. And they said, no, name doesn't ring a bell. And I go, well, Jeff kind of sounds like this. And he's got this kind of a voice. And the lady's eyes opened real wide, and she goes, oh my God, I know him. And then she called her husband over, and she's like, do that for him. And she's like, he knows somebody we know. And I go, hi, my name's Jeff. And he goes, oh my God, you sound just like him. If you knew Jeff, you'd know I sound just like him. So yes, there will be other voices. I just don't like doing those voices all the time. So we're going to try to get rid of the scratchy throat voices. Alright. So, in closing, I would like to say that I appreciate all of you. I really do. The ones that just click on, check me out for 30 seconds so I get a view and decide that I'm not your jam. Thank you anyways. And the ones that stick around and watch the whole damn episode. Thank you. Really. I appreciate you. This is not my full-time gig. It'd be sweet if it could be, but even if it's not, if just 26 of y'all get it, that's fine. That's a whole room. That's a crowd. I'll take it. If you like what I'm doing, help out the little guy. Share the video with people you think might find it funny or might like to, be into the game. Like it. Comment. Comments help the algorithm, I guess. Likes, I'm sure, do. Subscribe if you're not. That'd be pretty fucking fresh of you. And again, thank you. Really. Because, at least I'm not just talking to a wall. I mean, technically I kind of am. There's a wall on the other side of this camera, but that's not the point. There's a few of you out there that are actually taking notice of what I'm doing, and at least finding enough entertainment to sit down for 20 to 30 minutes and watch an entire episode. So thank you. And as a very smart man named Bobby Bass once said, you take care now.